Happy Saturday, everybody. This is the Vault XL. Decided to go live to chop it up with you guys. This is more of a freelance type live stream commentary. Please check out my community page for said updates to breaking news and polls. I finally got Bloodline trailer up on the channel. So if you are curious to the movie selection for this weekend, please go to my community page and check out the trailer for Bloodline. It is now free on the Freevee app. So go into your Roku app and look up Freevee and look up Bloodline. And it is the movie suggestion for this weekend. Welcome to the Vault XL. Thank you all so much for joining me. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $BeganG129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are welcome during this live stream. I was just going through my lives from yesterday. Thank you for those who came in the chat, commented, watched the live stream. Times two. I did one earlier, one late last night. And it just baffles me. Those of you who like to imbibe true crime, those of you who like to comment on true crime and under articles and videos, that you're so naive and gullible that you only believe people are murdered by people that they know. As I said on my community page, if you have that type of mindset, you don't need to be watching anything pertaining to true crime. That's my personal opinion. You don't need to watch it. You don't need to talk about it. You don't need to comment on the articles, and you don't need to comment on the videos. Because it just amazes me when I went live yesterday how somebody could sit in the chat and go on and on about Kohlberger and acting like they're so befuddled and stunned that he was arrested. How can you be stunned? The state has brought you evidence, and I'm sure that's not all they have in their bag of tricks pertaining to Kohlberger, and yet you just still can't accept the findings from the state, which is baffling to me. So that's why I put that on my community page. Stop watching true crime. Do yourself a favor. Because people are murdered by strangers every fucking day. So what is it about this case that some of you are so confused about? You just don't want to accept those kids didn't know this guy. Vice versa. Yet every day you see crimes on the news, stranger against stranger. People are robbed at gunpoint, knifed to death on public streets, subways, subway platforms. They don't know the guy. They're just going about their day trying to get to work, get to school, and they're knifed to death in a public subway or on a subway platform. Do you go on and on about those people? Oh, I can't believe he would attack her. She had to have known him. I tell myself, don't even engage with people who act like they don't have no damn common sense. And most of you who have followed this network, you know how I am. I'm very high spun. And one thing I can't stand is a motherfucker that acts ignorant. Now, it is one thing to have an opinion. But when your opinion defies what is logic and what is common sense, there is no point in talking to you. Because you don't have no common fucking sense. And if you don't have that type of sense to gather and listen to the information, and you want to make it more than what has been presented, that means something's wrong with you. And that tells me you do this shit in your own life. Yeah, I'm keeping it real. Some of you just don't need to be navigating. I'm serious. It ain't just about true crime. You probably need to do some homework at your front door. Some what I call furniture rearranging and front porch sweeping. Because there's no way a person should have to explain to a fucking human being that other people out here in the street are killed every day by strangers. You don't have to know somebody to kill them. If you believe that, you need to start over in life. You need to crawl back into your mother's womb and start over. Yeah, I'm saying it. There's something wrong with you. It baffles me that yesterday I'm just sitting here in a live stream listening to a motherfucker go on and on about Brian Kohlberger. You may not trust the two girls that survived, however you want to word it. But there's no connection with those two either and Kohlberger. Okay? Hello, ma'am. Thank you. You got to prove something. And as I keep telling people when it comes to true crime is real life. It's just like me sitting here right now talking to you. I don't know you from a can of paint. You don't know me. If I died tomorrow and you read the obituary, you only know what they put in the obituary. You only know what somebody will say on my obituary wall and anything that somebody would say about me on social media or personally. But that's still only 1%, 2% of who Queen is. Don't you get it? You're never going to know everything about a person. So even when Kohlberger goes to trial, just like anybody else, you're only going to get a glimpse into the life of Kohlberger. You're only going to get a glimpse into the lives of the 4 dead people. You're only going to get a glimpse into the lives of the people who testify. That's life. You're not going to know everything you think you should know about the people. Doesn't work like that. But Jesus Christ, act like you got some sense about yourself. Stop trying to make the case about something you think it should be about. They haven't shown you any proof that these kids knew this fucker. He knew them. Why you can't accept that? Please help me understand. Somebody out there. Somebody help the Queen understand why some of you just don't want to accept the evidence. He didn't know them. I think the girls were hanging with him and I think they partied. No, you want them to know each other. Why don't you just say that? Just say, I want Kohlberger to know the victims and I want Kohlberger to know Bethany and Dylan. Well, I'll be damned. You people really need to get it together because to me, you're sinking sand. And it's people like you that is what's wrong with the world. You just don't want to accept what the fuck has been handed to you. You got to make it more than what it is. Which is dangerous. Because that's what's wrong with the United States right now. People don't want to accept what is. So I got to make it more or make it less than. Because of my own warped sense of ideology. And you know what? Let me say this. For those of you motherfuckers rallying for Kohlberger and any other sadists out here, I thank God you are not a detective. I thank God you don't work for the national fucking government and you're not working with the FBI or the Secret Service because you're the last motherfucker I will want working in solving crime. Yes, I'm saying that. Thank you, Jesus. So whatever job you do, I hope it's just flipping fucking hamburgers at McDonald's or Burger King. Woo! Say it, Queen. Because I don't want you nowhere near a desk that requires gathering information. Because you are not somebody I would want working on a fucking case. If I even thought somebody like you was working as a detective, I would ask for your ass to be removed immediately. Because your ass ain't got a fucking brain. You need to go to the Wizard of Oz and ask him for a brain. Yeah, Queen's on one today. Because it's just baffling to me. Ever since this case broke, all the lies you all put out there, all the rumors you put out there. As I said, you could have had that one boy killing himself, jumping off a fucking bridge. Kaylee's ex-boyfriend. You had the guy at the food truck. You had the neighbor who spoke out. Then you had the other neighbor who was the chef. You all had everybody under the sun as the killer. And Kohlberger was walking around la-di-da the whole time laughing at your dumb asses. Just laughing at your dumb ass. Like, look how stupid these people are. They'll just throw anybody under the fucking bus as the killer. Just anybody with a pulse. He did it. He did it. He did it. She did it. Oh, the frat boys, they did it. Oh, yeah, this one did it. Oh, you had the mother involved. You had Xana's mother involved. You people were ruthless. Just absolutely ruthless. All because you don't have a brain. You just do anything. You just say anything. Don't care. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck if it ruins somebody's life. You don't give a fuck. And have I accused people of murdering people? I sure have. I've said it on this network, 2 certain cases I talk about where I do believe the parents are involved in the case just because their behavior is suspect. But I made a vow when I talked about this case that I would not point the finger at anybody because there were too many webs, too many entities to point the finger. So when you're talking about 4 separate people dead, there was no way I could just sit here in my right mind and point the finger at Joe and Peter, Paul, Dick, Mary. It was just too many people because I didn't know the kids to point the finger at anybody. I didn't know those kids from a can of paint. I still don't know those kids. Because it goes back to what I've said. You only know what people have told you about them. Oh, that's right. You all thought they were on drugs. Oh, they were using something. I just sat there and listened to one person's comments in the chat the past 2 days going live. And it's taken everything out of me not to fucking cuss your ass out. Just cuss your ass out. That you are so ignorant. That you believe any fucking thing and you put it to print. Nobody told you they used drugs. Nobody told you they sold drugs. You heard Xana's mother got high. Now all of a sudden it was drugs. So which was it? It was Xana's mom. It was a drug deal that went bad. It was the neighbor, the other neighbor, the ex-boyfriend, the guy at the food truck, the butcher in the back of the candlestick maker. Even had some stupid ass black woman putting it off on one of the professors. Remember that? She sued that girl too. And she had every right to sue her because she had no right going to TikTok putting that dirty shit out there. That teacher didn't know them kids. She ain't fooled them fucking kids. This is what I'm talking about. When you all act like you're high on dope yourself, you all ain't got no fucking sense. Stop talking about true crime. If you've got this type of warped mentality, I'm telling you, man, you don't need to be watching this shit. You don't need to be watching none of this shit. Don't watch 48 Hours. Don't watch 2020. Don't watch nobody's podcast. Stop running in and out of the chats, spreading this dumb shit. I sit and listen at you talk. And I'm ashamed to even know that you even come to my fucking platform. I'm just going to keep it real. I'm going to be truthful. I hate to see you coming. I hate to see you coming. And I hate that my fans sit there and engage with you. And I done told the fans about that. You see a motherfucker is talking like they're on dope, don't even respond. You all are acting like Gypsy Rose and Casey Anthony. You want some fucking attention. You all in these people chats spewing all these motherfucking lies about people you don't even know a fucking thing about. And even though I don't care for Koiberger, I still wouldn't make up shit about him. I still wouldn't make up shit about him. I don't rock like that. You people need to get it together, seriously. Hello, everybody. That's my commentary. That it just baffles me when it comes to true crime, just how gullible people act and just refuse to accept the information that they are being brought. And just like a juror said for Scott Peterson trial, the juror said, yeah, we voted guilty to convict him because we weighed the evidence that the state brought us at that time. He says, now, I do believe he's allowed to have another trial if they have found some indiscrepancies, done by the state, whoever. The man deserves another trial. And if there's something that can show that Scott Peterson is innocent, he said that he has that right by law to have his chance in court. Now, some of you may agree, some of you may not. But this man was being objective. You may like what he said, you may not like what he said. But he said, we only know what the state showed us at that time. So if they hid something from us and didn't show us everything, then they were wrong. And I do agree with him. So I would say the same for this case here. You can only hope and pray that the state is showing you everything they have. So this is why I said, when it comes to he said, she said, documents, letters, journals, data in the phones, show it all and be done with it. Don't leave nothing out that can come back later and bite you in the ass. You do not want Kohlberger getting a second round to appeal. So you show every fucking thing, every piece of DNA. I don't care where the DNA came from. Under Maddie's nails, toe, hair, I don't care who it belongs to. Just show it and be done with it. If it's only 2% and it's not recognizable belonging to Kohlberger, fine. Show it any damn way. Don't leave nothing out. Just don't leave it out. Hello, Solo. How you doing? Hello, everybody in the chat. Welcome to the Vault XL. That's my rant for Saturday. Bloodline is my movie suggestion for the weekend. If you are faint at heart, this movie would not be for you, so don't watch it. But for my horror fans, mystery fans, those of you who can stand a little bit of blood and gore, Bloodline will be perfect for you. Get your box of popcorn, your wine, your whiskey, your soda pop, and knock yourself out. It is free on the Freevee app. That's Freevee. It's on the Roku app. It is free. So please check it out. That's my movie suggestion for the weekend. Okay? And some of you have talked about, one or two of you have mentioned you did enjoy Cellar Door. That was the suggestion from a week ago. Very good movie. Very, very good movie. So please check that out. I think that was free on Tubi, if I'm not mistaken. On the Tubi app. But that's my rant for today. Just sitting here watching my videos from yesterday. Check out my live from last night. Autopsy results in on Mr. Gene Hackman and Betsy Hackman. Very disturbing information. Kelly Bryant, Pontiac, Michigan. Her bond was reduced yesterday in court to $50,000 cash only. A very lowball amount considering she abused 3 of her children and left them in a nasty apartment. But anywho, that's the latest on her, the Hackmans, Gypsy Rose, Casey Anthony bullshit. Nobody cares about those two either. Seems like a little bit of jealousy, rivalry going on. Casey Anthony, mad that Gypsy Rose is getting all the attention. Well, it depends on who's giving the attention. In the end, they're just bullshit to talk about. They don't have any relevance. They're only relevant to God. Okay? They're not relevant to me. I can talk about just about anything. It does not mean that it's important to me because I discuss it on the network. It is just a topic. And I've noticed that too. A lot of people get very upset in the comments, especially on my shorts. I notice people get so upset. You mention a topic and they get so fucking disgusted. Well, why are you commenting? I can talk about whatever I want. This is my channel. It just baffles me how stupid people get upset because you're mentioning something, especially if you talk about number 47, just like the issue with him wanting his picture on the money. Yeah, I made a 15-second video about it because that's the latest news. Why would that bother you? Because you like Donald Trump? That's your business. That's your fucking business. But do I want him on my money? Hell no. No, I don't. Oh, you should find something else to talk about. You'll thank me later. No, you go thank your mama. Thank your mammy. That's who you thank. I won't be thanking you about a damn thing. How about that? I'll be thanking you about shit. Well, yes. And you know, like I tell everybody, I'm a high-strung person. So I get irritated very easily when it's people act ignorant. Because some people may think it's like, well, you're getting upset at this. No, it's the ignorance is what bothers me. When you don't put no thought into what you're saying, and then you expect somebody to reciprocate and hold a conversation back with you, and then you get mad because you think, oh, well, Queen should be understanding what I'm saying. No, I don't have to understand, because if you don't make no sense, how can I understand it? Make it make sense. You ain't making no sense, but you want me to understand and comprehend what you saying, which don't make no sense. And now you got an attitude because I ain't reciprocating. No, I can't reciprocate because you ain't making no motherfucking sense. You come to me with some sense, then I might be able to reciprocate. And yes, people are triggered lately because people are not coping. So if you don't have any coping skills, you're going to get triggered. You're going to get upset easily. You're going to wow out, ball out. People do it every day. That's why I have to have control myself. I have to talk to myself to have self-control so I don't end up on the fucking Eyewitness News and a fucking YouTube video. Because any of us can be a YouTube video. You hit the right fucking vein, we all can be on TV and the news. Because it's easy to say, no, that will never happen to me. I'd never do that. You don't know what you'll do. Because I have caught my own self doing stuff I said I wasn't going to do, wasn't going to say, wasn't going to be bothered with these certain people. What happens? Boom. You're right back talking to them. You're right back giving them your phone number. You're right back giving them the new number. You're right. And you realize, why am I doing this to myself? Gluttony, punishment. We've all done it. Sweet Jesus. But yeah, that's what was on my mind. Just the ignorance of it all with these cases of death and mayhem. And I told myself, you know what, Queen? This is the reason why you like talking about different things, because you realize you can't talk about death and doom every day. I just don't like what comes with it. That's why I don't like talking about it every day. That's why when I first came to YouTube, which I could say I was freelancing in the beginning, of course, because I wasn't a partner. I was just talking about life, my life, dating, what it was like dating at my age, 50 years of age or so, near 50. That's what I was talking about. I throw a little true crime in there. And then I talked about a little black baby missing from Alabama. And then that's how people came to know me under Everyday Shenanigans before I changed the name 2 years ago. So it is what it is. And I thank those who followed me, because without those people following me, watching that commentary about Cupcake, I wouldn't be here today. So I thank you for following me and following that story. But Jesus Christ, things took a sinister turn after Cupcake for me. When I started talking about Cal City, I drew a lot of enemies talking about that case with those wackos out there in California. And that's when I realized how warped people are. And matter of fact, that case is probably a prime example of what I'm speaking about today. How people rally behind sinister, sick people and okay their behavior. In Cal City, case is one, where people rally behind the bio mother, which to this day is still baffling to me. Some of you thought it's okay for a woman to have given birth to all these children, but never raised them. And in her care, her children were abused. And yet you act like it's no fucking big deal. And then they go on to be adopted, to only be murdered by those parents. But then you want to just dwell on the people who murdered them. Well, what you seem to forget is had they been treated right, they'd have never got murdered in the first fucking place. Okay? So you got to have a start. And some of you don't like being at the beginning of a story. You like to hop ass around in the middle. Well, I don't want to talk about what happened with the mother. That don't count. Oh, motherfucker, it do count. You see, because had they been raised properly, they wouldn't be a YouTube video. They wouldn't be missing still. Oh, did I say that correctly? Yes, they've never found their bodies. So those two little black boys, had their mother cared enough about them, they wouldn't have been a news story. They wouldn't have been adopted. But some of you just don't want to accept they were fucked up up with they fucking black ass mama. No, we don't want to talk about that. That don't count. That don't count. We're talking about the people that murdered them. Well, motherfucker, had the mammy took care of them, they would have been murdered. And this bitch still don't got her fucking kids. I bet you right now, if I was to go in the book of life, she ain't seen her kids. She don't talk to her other kids. And then she get up there on TV, court TV. Yeah, Vinnie Politan, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, brother. Do your research before you put people on court TV. And you better start doing it for them YouTubers too. Better start doing your research before you put them fucking YouTubers up there. It's all the same. You put that black ass bitch up there and you didn't even investigate that she didn't have none of her fucking kids. And you got up there talking and crying and, they took my kids. They unjustly took my kids. And even Duty Ron, he was riding along with the ride too. Riding with that stupid ass cousin. And I told myself, what planet is everybody on and from? You all are just riding along. Just not wanting to take no responsibility for how the kids got to where they got to in the first place. Like they were born in a cabbage patch off the side of the fucking highway. And somebody just walked by and plucked them up at 3 and 4 and took them on. No, they had a mother. They came from a mother. They had relatives. Somebody broke one of those kids' legs. Oh, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. Nobody stood account for that. Did you know that? Nobody stood account for cracking that baby's knee. Oh, that's no big deal. I don't care about that. I only care about the fact that the foster care family abused him. I just care about that. Well, you can't care about Jacqueline and Trezell if you don't care about where they came from, which they were abused where they came from. The mother, like getting high, drinking, smoking marijuana, that was more important to her. Bebopping around, leaving her kids with any Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's what got her into shape to lose her kids. And then she never fought to get her kids back, like Candace and Don. It's the same MO. One's black, one's white. She never fought to get her kids back. So you can't go judge Jacqueline and Trezell for murdering the kids when they had a start by a trifling ass black ass mama who wanted to be in the street and all she wanted to do was keep her legs open and fuck without a condom. Yeah, I'm keeping it real in this live. She only cared about dick. If it ain't a dick, she don't want it. And you have women like her. And you have men like her. All they care about is screwing, making babies. Then they get mad when a girl's pregnant. And poof, voila, disappear. Go make another baby. Go make another baby. Go make another baby. Just like her. Same thing. All you're doing is pushing out babies, abusing them. Then they're going into state's care. And then somebody tells the world, oh, you know those kids you gave up? Or the state took from you? They're dead. Then you go run out to Cal City. You and your wannabe gangster ass relatives screaming and hollering at 2 baby killers. Well, what did that solve? Nothing. Because people were looking at you all like, where the fuck were you all at when the children needed a place to stay? Before Jacqueline and Trezell even got the damn kids. See, that's the shit I'm talking about. Where you all don't want to accept what is factual. You want to skip around the story. Well, it don't work like that. You can't skip the story. When did you open up a child book or any book and it starts at the middle of the story? Do you open a book and it says the end on the first page? What kind of book would it be if it starts off with the end? That's my message today. Some of you need to check yourselves, because you are also a part of what the fuck is wrong with the world. You are like the people in the story and you don't even realize it. I look at countless of comments over the years since I've been on this YouTube ride. And I tell myself, every time I open YouTube, every time I open up that news breakout, I say to myself, this is why the world's fucked up. Look at the comments. You hear people say, whoo, I come here for the comments. Damn, y'all ruthless. Just rows and rows of idiotic people, racist, name calling. Hell, I even get a little jiggy sometimes too, especially to get to talking crazy shit. I get crazy too. People coming in, trolling, saying stuff that don't got nothing to do with quoting Bible scriptures and stuff. And you're like, man, we ain't talking about the Bible. Get on with all that. Jesus ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. Just crazy stuff. Because people's minds ain't right. And the more you go and watch these videos, these news clippings, you realize how jacked up the world is. And the people are getting crazier and crazier. And you commenting like you rallying for these crazy motherfuckers, that shows me we got, I don't even want to say work to do. Because I don't think there's no help for nobody that's an adult that rallies behind baby killers. Even some of you women, you'll rally behind a fool, beat up a woman, sexually assault a woman. You'll sit up here, well, what was she doing? What did she say? You know, just like women supporting P. Diddy, R. Kelly. Just say you like them. Just say you a fan and you down with a dirty motherfucker that likes raping, drugging, and filming people without their consent. You know, just keeping it real. Just say you like them. Don't make excuses. Just say it. Yeah, I like R. Kelly. I like Sean Puffy Combs. You'd even see comments where they'd say, oh, I still have sex with R. Kelly. Come again? You would have sex with R. Kelly. You would have sex with a man whose penis they said smell and had stuff oozing out of it. Do you hear yourself? So you will willingly go sleep with a man with a tainted D-I-C-K, okay? So he can then spit on you and do nasty things with you and piss on you. And then later you come back and tell us a story about what happened with you and R. Kelly. So then we could talk about you and say, oh, you're a liar. You're a liar. You're making that up. But you were a fan, right? Oh, R. Kelly wouldn't do that to me. I'm special. Nobody is special. Because first of all, he don't have respect for women. Just like Sean Puffy Combs. He don't respect women. So you would be no different than the woman who told a story that he pissed on her, shitted on her, gave her herpes, whatever. You would be the same. But somehow these other women, they're all liars. They're rogues. They're this, they're that. But yet you don't mind commenting on the video, oh, I'd have sex with R. Kelly. I'd have sex with Sean Puffy Combs. Well, go have sex with him. Knock yourself out. Hey, Laura. Laura says, oh my gosh. I know what Queen's on one today. I just have some shit on my mind. I just every now and again, I just look at the comments and I just be like, man, what kind of world are we in? I can honestly tell you, the more I deal with people, seriously, not just as YouTube, but just people in general, the way they talk. This certain person I know right now, a guy, he's so fucking ignorant. And no, I'm not talking about Mr. Professional. It's another fool I know. It's just when I listen at the person talk, I tell myself, how are you breathing? Who raised you? That you aiding a motherfucker that's murdered somebody that everybody knows in the community that's dead because it's your friend's nephew. He killed that man. Now, I wasn't there when the murder took place, but the nephew, I met him coming up 2 years ago, and he was out arguing with a man about charging $5 to get into his club to order food. So I told this guy, I said, I was out there that night when he was arguing with the dude. I said, it's his place. If he wants to charge people to walk in his establishment to order food, that's his business. It don't mean that it's right, but that's his way. You don't like it, get the fuck on. So here's this dude, he's defending, the other little young dude, like, well, that ain't right for him to be charged. And I said, what's not right is standing there arguing with the man about it. Why argue about it? If he tells you, I have a cover charge to order food, you either agree or you disagree. But how are you going to gain anything by standing out there arguing with the man? So I told this man, I said, why are you agreeing with this guy, arguing with him? I said, this is the same guy who just murdered somebody. So you basically telling me your mindset. And his mindset to me is that he likes to argue with people. So I said, why would I believe the other guy put his hands on him and that's why he's dead? If he was standing here to be the same guy to argue with an owner about $5, paying a $5 cover charge just to go in and order chicken wings. If you'll argue with a person about $5, you would be easy to, yes, kill a person. And that's exactly what I said, and I meant what I said. And so the more I'm listening to this person, he deals with these, people, and I'm just looking at him like, you a problem. You like drama. You hang with people that stay in fucking drama. You're staying over in somebody's house that's got a murderer living over there. And I'm just looking like, I don't want that negative energy in my circle. Period. I don't want to talk to you because you don't make sense. You're another one don't make no sense. Just like the other day, he was making a conversation a week ago about something that happened in Nashville. FBI stormed in this guy's house, right? And they were throwing pellets or whatever in there. And he's going to say, listen at this how stupid this motherfucker is. He going to say, FBI don't know what that man got going on in there. Excuse me. I said, what did you say? I said, what the hell you mean the FBI don't know what he got? I said, why do you think the FBI was there? You think they were going there to get lemonade? They were there because they were investigating him for something and had a warrant. And for the FBI to be involved, that means you're doing something heavy. And you're going to say, they don't know what that man had going on in there because the guy wouldn't come out, right? So I said, well, the guy should come out. What fool going to sit up here and let the FBI throw pellets and smoke bombs or whatever inside? Just bring your ass on out. And then he going to say, oh, well, they don't know what he got going on in there. I said, I don't give a fuck what he got going on in there. I said, did it occur to you that what he's got going on in there is the reason why they're there? See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Talking to a fool about another person's stupid decisions. This is why I don't deal with a lot of people. Because I can't relate. That's where I'm taking this story. I cannot relate to other human beings. I just cannot. We are all flawed. I get it. But there are just some people who you have to say to yourself, you cannot deal with them on any level, personal, sexually, conversation, nothing. Because they don't have no fucking common sense. And I seem to attract people who just do not have sense God gave a net. And I will say it on this live stream. That they are just hideous. They don't make no sense when they talk. They lie all the motherfucking time. They lie about stuff that's not important. They always rallying people that stay in trouble and getting into trouble. And the same guy that I'm speaking of, he was in some other bullshit recently that I'm not going to repeat on the live. But I told him, you're going to fuck around. You're going to end up dead. Because you don't think. You are a doer. And he admitted it. Oh, you think that about me, Angela? I said, yes, I do. He says, well, I do believe you're right. I just do what I do and think about the ramifications later. I said, yeah, but see, what's going to happen is there's not going to be a next time. That's what you don't seem to understand. There ain't going to be a next time. Your ass is going to end up dead. You're going to either be in penitentiary or you're going to end up dead. Because one, you don't have any empathy. You don't care about other people. You're a user and you're a manipulator. And you don't have use for people except for using them. That's one of your problems. So you're going to always have problems with people because you're a user. I said, the fact that you said your friend should feed you. Now, this is a grown-ass man talking. I said, why would your friend feed you for free and you're staying in his house for free? And the man also has children there he's taking care of, and then 2 plus the other little baby murderer that's living up in there. And yet now you're staying in this house with all these people, and your friend should offer you a free plate of food, but you have a job. Help me understand. Do you know what this motherfucker said? Well, I want all the perks too. I told him, I said, there's no help for you. There's no help for you. So in listening to all of that, long story short, my spirit said, Queen, don't talk to him anymore, because there's one thing about turning the other cheek, trying to give people chances, but you already know there's never going to be anything with this jackass. He's not somebody you should want to even talk to on any level. Don't talk to him anymore because he's ignorant. And frankly, you don't want somebody like that in your peripheral because they're showing you what they're made of. And the fact that he shows you he don't have respect for his own fucking friend. He ain't had respect for any of the women that he's dated and lived with and used. You are going to be no different. Eventually, he'll try to get you to do something for him, a favor, and you don't owe him nothing because you're never going to get a favor from him. He's that type of person. And I've told him this. I said, right now, I said, if I was to catch on fire, you'd walk right by me and wouldn't even put the fire out. Oh, that's not true. I said, oh, it is true because you've shown me your behavior in the past few years. When a person needed you, you didn't come through. So you are still that same person. I said, this is why you're always in drama. This is why you always have legal trouble. This is why you're always into it with a guy, a girl. As I said, some mess he got himself wrapped into a week ago. Some serious shit. I told him you're lucky to be alive because they could have killed you. You are not bright for a 40-plus-year-old man. You have no empathy. You're selfish, rather. You're a very selfish black person. And I said, something bad is going to happen to you. I said, and it's going to be really, really fucking bad. And I told him, I said, you're going to fuck around, your ass going to go missing. And he told me, that'll never happen. I said, come again? Are you serious? I said, all the shit that you have gotten yourself into since I've known you, and I haven't even known you that long. Matter of fact, I believe it'll be this summer, the beginning of the summer, I've met him. So we're talking about 2 years this summer that we met. And if I can count on my finger how many times he's had a horror story in less than 1 year to 1 year and a half, that should tell you something. He's a fuck up. And I told him that. I said, I don't mean to lecture you, but somebody needs to tell you about your black ass. You are a problem person, and you're too old to be in the things that you keep getting yourself into. Okay? Exactly. Never say never. I said, you're always in drama. You're always in legal trouble. You're always in some type of fiasco with a woman. You're always trying to use a woman for a place to stay. You don't want to help a woman pay no bills. You're now living with your friend in a place you know you shouldn't be staying because of the stuff that's going on. And yet you're right there in the middle of it. and you're doing some shit you ain't got no business, I said, you gonna fuck around, you are gonna end up dead because you don't care about nobody. You don't even care about yourself. But see, that's what you always got to tell yourself about people who are out here doing evil shit to people. That's why they're doing it to you, because they don't care about themselves. So when you're dealing with a user, a manipulator, a con, they don't love themselves. When you got a person that's on 24/7, they're always in shit, that's the first thing that should come to your mind. Damn, you don't like yourself. Because you don't never sit your ass down to be still, to stay out of trouble. So I don't have nothing else to say to this male, because I know that every time that I'm talking to him, it's going to be something negative. Always. And I told him, I said, I can go 6 months, don't talk to you. First time I bump into you, you open your mouth, you got a horror story. That tells me you like drama. You're like a woman. You're a scream queen. You are literally a scream fucking queen. You always got a fucking story to tell. And even as a person listening, you're telling yourself, damn, how is this person even alive? Because what he did the other day, last week, they should have beat the fucking brakes off his ass. Well, let him tell it. It was an altercation. I told him. And then you got to walk around town and they know what you did. Oh, wow. I just don't understand it. So that's just a short story, everybody. So what's going on with you guys out here? How's everybody's Saturday going? Queen got her little venting on. Other than that, it's a pretty good Saturday for me. I'm just sitting here chilling. Minding my damn business. It's a nice day here in Tennessee. East Tennessee, it's in the upper 50s. I got the window cracked. Let some ventilation since I've been sick. Get some of these germs out of here. Did a little washing yesterday. So, trying to keep everything nice and germ-free. Other than that, that's my weekend. I don't have any plans to go anywhere, to get out, just because I don't want to get sick. I had to go out the other night to go to the grocery store. Oh, that was a horrible, 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 horrible day. I told you all about that. Kroger. I could have ended up on the news that day because I was in there ready to act a fucking fool over a few dollars. But I don't care. It's my money. But anyway, I just don't want to be out. I don't want nobody hacking on me, breathing on me, and I don't want to breathe on them because I don't want to get nobody sick because I don't know if I'm still sickly. I still got a bad cough. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to catch no more germs. I only want to go out if I have something business to take care of. I don't have to be, you know what I'm saying, out in the store shopping or nothing. Because when you're out, that requires spending money. Excuse me. So what's the latest, everybody? Talk to the queen. I'm just shooting the shit this Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon. It's 12:24 here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Hope you all are well. God bless you. And there ain't nothing going on. Not nothing. Bonnie said, Queen, that's why I've been single 10 years. Laugh out loud. Oh, Middle Tennessee. Oh, hey, Lord, you're in Middle Tennessee. Okay. Well, it's hard. It's hard trying to date. God knows. It's just so depressing. I was telling a guy who called me just a little while ago. He lives in the islands, and I've known of him, for about 20 years now, coming up 20 years or so. Yes, 20. It's more than 20 years because that was 98 when we met. Almost 30 years, rather. I lost my train of thought. He called me to check on Queen. Of course, I know he wanted a favor, really. Wanted me to check on some things pertaining to his credit or whatever, because he don't live here in the States anymore. But I was trying to give him the best advice I could. because he's not allowed to come back into the country because he had, got himself in a little trouble years ago and he got deported back to the island. So he's not allowed to come back to the United States. But hell, Donald Trump's in office. He might be able to bring his ass back over here. I don't know. But anyway, he was talking to me, putting on the flattery, of course. As he has said, you're just the one woman I can't forget, which is, a wonderful thing to say. I was trying to downplay it, of course, but I was just listening and I was just thinking to myself, I know he wants something because he rarely calls. But anyway, with that being said, it is hard it's just the truth. It is just hard being a black woman in this society. It's hard being a black woman trying to date. It is hard as fuck. It is just hard. I ain't lying to you. And these stories that I tell you, they're all true. The dealings with these people, just the ignorance, trying to date and mate. That's what I was telling him earlier. I said, it's very hard here trying to date. I said, because the men, they don't want anything. And I'm not lying. I told him, I said, it don't matter if they work, they got jobs. I said, a lot of the men, they do work, but they don't want anything. Hello, pal. They don't want anything. Okay. They just want to keep whoring around and fucking around. And it's sad to me. It's like, how much sex can you have? You want sex with this one, this one, this one, this one. How much sex can you have? There's nothing wrong with liking sex. But when it has to be all these different women, and especially if you already have a woman, it's like, what is the problem? You want this one, this one, this one, this one. Short, tall, fat, white, don't care. I want her. I want her. I told you, used to tell you those stories about my male friend, who's like a brother to me. He don't care. He's very visual. She's got to look a certain way. She's got to have a certain type of body type. She's got to have a big old juicy butt and all that old type of bullshit. But that doesn't make a human being. Having a hourglass figure, pretty hair. Then too, he liked to have extra partners together. So if he met a woman, she's got to also want to be with another woman. Okay? So it's like, you're bold to be out here fucking and screwing different women, and then you were married. He's still married. And then you want the woman to want to be with another woman. Well, that's just what I like. Yeah, but you want too fucking much. My thing is like this. Hey, what are you bringing to the table that you think it's okay for you to have fucking preferences? Oh, I want her to look like this and look like this. And oh, she's got to also want to have sex with another woman too. Negro, are you high? The hell is wrong with you? You ain't in no position to be asking for shit, demanding shit. Hi, I think you're pretty. Want to hook up? Sure. What time? 8:00. Oh, by the way, can you bring a pretty friend with you? The hell out of here. See, it's like, how can you respect a person that thinks like this? This is exactly what I'm talking about. This type of warped mindset. Now, somebody will say, well, Queen, don't judge him because he likes extra partners at the same damn time. Well, it looks like to me, he likes them at the same damn time and any other time. How about that? You're married, you screwing everything, and then you want to also screw everybody at the same damn time in the same bed. You got too much going on, and that's my opinion. But that's what's out here, ladies and gentlemen. Men who want extra partners at the same damn time. Men who like fucking and screwing everything that walks. Men who also like men. Men who are broke and want to use you. Men that just want to get all they can get from your bank account, your money, your debit card. Men with bad attitudes, nasty, rude, sadism, R. Kelly, P. Diddy type motherfuckers. This is what you have out here. Shit, I'm done. I'm older and I'm tired and I just don't have the fucking patience. I'm going to move into the kitchen. Hold on a minute. I need to get me a soda pop. As my grandmama would say, want a cold drink? God rest her soul. Shifting around, everybody. Shifting around. So I forgot, living in apartments, people can hear your damn conversations. And I definitely live in a place where the walls are thin. Probably thinking, what the hell is she talking about? Talking about craziness. That's what the hell I'm talking about. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Vault Excel. Oh, soda water. Honey, let me tell you what I bought at the store the other day. Show you how cheap America is becoming. Okay. Now, this certain guy I was talking to you all about, the one I told you that's crazy and don't got no fucking sense and always standing in trouble, he had some Coronas that were 7-ounce bottles. I had never seen the bottles that little. Okay, so when I go to the grocery store, I was trying to get me some soda pops, and the only sale they had was Coke products, 3 for $14. So I didn't feel like lugging them damn bottles around, so I said, I'll just get the smaller ones. Okay, so they were 2 for $10, 6 in a pack, and 7-ounce bottles. I'm about to open me one now. When I look at this little bitty bottle of Coke, it just baffles me that everything is shrinking in size. This little this little damn bottle is hilarious. When did you ever... Hold on, let me open this refrigerator and get some light so I can see the ounces on this damn thing. Oh, it says 8.55 fluid ounces. So almost, not quite 9 ounces of a soda pop. It still looks little, this little bitty bottle. Well, I'm going to drink it any damn way because I'm thirsty. And I had 2 cups of coffee, which is bad for my bladder. But honey, I'm thirsty talking, running my mouth. Bonnie says, then you got to be wondering about these ladies that hook up with these men. Well, Bonnie, we're all human. Well, you got to remember, when people hook up with people, they don't necessarily know what they have been doing, okay? You hook up with a man for sex or whatever. You don't know what he's been doing before you hooked up with him. You don't know how he's living. You don't know he likes sleeping with different women, sleeping with women at the same time in the bed. Hell, even sleeping with men. You don't know that. How would you know that? You wouldn't know. But the one thing I can say about the few men that I have met, they don't have their lives together. I'm going to say that for the record. They may keep a job periodically or full-time, like Mr. Professional. Mr. Professional does go to work every day because, as you all know, I know where he works. But he ain't no good. So like I was telling my friend, Lenny, it don't matter if they work or they don't work. They shit ain't together. So it don't matter that somebody's got a job. What the fuck does that mean if your mind ain't right? I tell people that all the time. Having a job ain't shit. A lot of people work. What's your point? Having a job don't mean nothing. Not today it don't. You can get fired tomorrow. The company can go under. As you see with the shit happening in Washington, firing federal workers. So having a job don't mean shit. Meeting a man with a job. So what? He got a job. What's your point? Excuse me. What type of human is he? That's the point. Is he married? Does he have a girlfriend, girlfriends, side pieces? Hell, is he on the down low? Just keeping it real. I don't know what to say for my life. It just seems like I'm going backwards. That's how I feel. Like I'm going backwards. I'm not going forward like I had anticipated for a couple of years ago. I saw myself living, in Georgia. I saw myself auditioning for movies, doing things. I've gotten sidetracked the past couple of years trying to build this channel. This channel is not going where I had anticipated it going. It's just like I said, I'm going backwards. And that's just how I feel lately. Just shit is just not working in my damn favor. and dealing with these sap-ass Negroes. I'm just sick of dealing with them. Now, I have a lot of men messaging me because as I've told you all, I'm on 2 date sites, but it's just hi and bye. That's most of my conversations. Hi, how are you? Hello. It's nothing. Nobody has yet to say, would you like to go out? Would you like to meet? Because one, I haven't had any conversations long enough to even get to that point. So if I get to a point where the person says, well, hey, you want a video chat? Then we video chat. Then I see where it goes. Yeah, I wouldn't mind meeting somebody in a public place, but it hasn't even gotten to that point. I'm not even turned on by the people who are messaging me. I'm just not. It don't really even mean anything at this point. My ex had a good job, but he didn't pay bills, and he drank too much and was a cheater. He didn't pay any bills. So he lived with you, Pale Rider? Let me drop the link. That's why I went live anyway, for the StreamYard. Excuse me if I'm coughing and sniffling. I did good to go live 2 times to show myself because I did not want to get sick on the live stream. That's why I don't show myself, because I just, I'm not really a vain person to show myself all the time. I'd rather show you the content because that's what the lives are about. They're not about Angela. They're about the content. But I'm going to drop the link in case somebody want to have some fun with me. And we just chopping it up right now. This is not a formal live stream. So, we're all over the place right now. Talking about anything. Don't even matter what the subject is. Sometimes it's not good to have a said subject. People don't stay on track any damn way. So what's the point? What's the damn point? God knows the people that follow me, they'll start talking about Michael Jackson, Billy Joel, and did you see that? I saw a clip the other day where he fell on stage, bless his heart. But I like Billy Joel. I said, damn, Billy, what happened? I hope he's okay. Just like I told some people in the chat, people commented, he's an elderly person. He could have just lost his balance when he threw his hand out. Could be anything. Stop being so damn nasty. Your ass gonna get old one day too. Let's see what people have to say when your ass is falling on the fucking stage. You fall down a flight of damn stairs. Do you want somebody talking bad about you? People are just cruel. Everybody's got something nasty to say. When people hurt themselves, you can miss your stepping. You don't have to be elderly to fall. You all better wake up out there. Better stop acting like you're better than folks. Bad things can't happen to you. Bad things can happen to anybody. Yeah, don't have any empathy. Yeah, that's sad. They said he threw the microphone, and maybe he lost his footing when he threw the microphone and he fell. What's funny about that? I don't think that's funny. I don't find it funny at all. Hell, I've been in here with shoes on, and the rubber from the shoe gets, caught on the floor some type of weird way. Lose my footing. I lose my footing all the time, bare feet. Equilibrium problems. And trust me, falling is dangerous as you get older. Brittle bones. It's not something to laugh at. But you know what I think? When people talk like that, I always say, honey, your day's coming. You just wait and see. When you least expect it, you're going to be out here walking around and a piano's going to fall on your fucking head, or you're going to be in a tragic car wreck, and you're going to be paralyzed. You get to sit and think about all those little ugly things you used to say under videos and comments about people who fell on stage and people who fell downstairs. You'll be sitting where they are. Tubes through your nose, neck crack. You can think about all that shit you used to say under videos. tell people that all the time. You better be very careful how you treat people and how you talk about people. Because it's only a matter of time. You'll end up just like them. Welcome to the Vault Excel. The link is in the chat. If you want to come up here and chop it up with the queen, you are welcome. It's no particular topic, even though I do have a topic on the thumbnail about true crime junkies being gullible. But we're all over the place right now, so you're just bored. You want somebody to talk to. Come on, come on. Crazy times we are living. I never imagined American people are the majority of them. Yeah, well, it's I don't know. Ain't no help. Everybody's in their own world. That's what I'm seeing with people, especially with Facebook. Oh God, don't get me started on that. Everybody wants attention. Just like all this stuff with Gypsy Rose, Casey Anthony, it's a prime example of people wanting attention, people misdirected, people lonely, people miserable, unhappy with themselves, people doing anything for attention, people greedy, hungry for money. I'll do anything, say anything, look at me, give me a check. Just like my friend Lenny said, oh, I can come back to the States and make money. There's lots of ways of making money legally. He's right. You can do absolutely anything now to make money. You can pick up trash off the side of the highway. Pick up old used furniture, post it to the marketplace, clean it up, boom, make you some money. The hustle is real. But there's also ways of making money to get yourself caught up too. Because people are, out here finding thousands of ways to scheme, scam you out your money. It's the whirlwind. The world is different. That's why I said I can't relate to people. I look at people and they just look like aliens to me. Just the stuff that people say, how they act, everything's for attention. Just everything, how we dress. I've been noticing that too. Let's talk about that because that's something that's been on my mind and I have yet to discuss it with the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and say it now while I'm live. I'm 1 hour into this live stream. Okay. When you go into YouTube Q, you're going to see countless of videos, shorts from all various walks of life. Lately, I've been noticing a trend on the news with the women, their dress attire. Where are you ladies going sitting behind a news desk with sequin outfits on, cut out backs, cut out arms, low cleavage, breasts hanging down low in the shirts? Where are you going? You're supposed to be talking about the damn news. I've been noticing that dress attire is weird to me. Plastic looking fake leather dresses, too tight, too short dresses. The weather ladies' dresses really short. One girl had on, I guess this news was in Arizona. She had on a green long sleeve fitted shirt with white pants, tight leggings. I thought this isn't appropriate for the news. If you're sitting under the desk, I can't see the white breeches. That's one thing. But you're standing up in front of a monitor with some coochie cutter white tight jeggings on. That doesn't look good. That's my opinion. I just don't think these women are dressing for the news. They're dressing like they're going to the nightclub. Just got a notification. He was arrested after the 14-year-old girl found his phone taped to the toilet. A flight attendant faces prison time for filming girls in the bathroom on the planes. Wow. Ain't that about no good? Coochie cutter. That's what they called them, Laura. Coochie cutting. Coochie cutter outfits. I know it sounds kind of nasty when you think coochie cutter. Now that I sit here and think, well, coochie cutting, they don't sound good, but that's what they call them, coochie cutter. You're sitting here wearing tight ass jeggings on the news with a green fitted shirt on, that was more casual. You should be wearing that running to Walmart, not standing in front of the news and I can see your whole body. Why didn't you put on a nice pair of dress slacks or a nice, above the knee skirt, a little bit above the knee skirt? I don't want to see you in jeggings on the fucking news. And they were tight. Her pants were tight. That's what threw me off because I saw them. I said, what? Damn. The pants are kind of tight. But I'm noticing the ladies' shirts, they're sequins. They got the arms out, cutouts on the arms, or a tie around the back with the back out. It's just provocative for TV daytime. This isn't reality TV where the woman is walking, she's wearing the damn thing, she wants to meet her friend for lunch and margaritas. You're on the news. So you need to dress appropriate for the news. You got big boobs. You need to get a fitted bra and have yourself nicely covered. You got big boom booms. And that's the bigger your breasts, you just can't hide them big old boys. But you need to have a good brassiere. You also need to wear a fucking girdle. You're going to wear a whole dress for the news and they're going to show your whole body. Wear a girdle. And I'm noticing they are putting heavier women on the news. I've seen a lot of that with the black women on the Memphis news stations. Hell, we get some healthy old women. And I ain't no hater. But dress appropriately. You know your ass is big. Get a fucking girdle from Walmart. Spanx. Order it. Order you a Spanx. And wear something darker to cover the humps and the bumps. I don't want to see the imprint of nobody's ass, sugar mama, or your breasts. We have just allowed this new way of living, fashion-wise, hairstyles, wild hair colors, just all this shit now is being allowed, daytime TV, news, and we know it's easy to discriminate because at one time, nobody wanted black women wearing braids, dreadlocks to professional, job settings, flight attendants. Heard all them stories years ago. But I still feel like there's a way that you should look when you go to your job. I don't care who you are. Garbage man, plumber. I want you to look appropriate. I don't give a damn if you come in here to spray Orkin. Don't come up in here funky and smelly and your shoes turned over and your feet stink. I don't want you in here. Because that's something people don't think about too. Like when the bug man comes in your house, he has been through God knows how many nasty ass apartments and houses, and he's walking on your carpet, your bare floor with his funky feet, and he done just came out of somebody else's nasty ass house that's got roaches, rats, whatever, crawling around. Did that ever occur to any of you all who get the bug people coming in your house where their feet have been? This is the reason why it's not good to have carpet in your house. It ain't good to have throw rugs in your house. There's a white lady that I watched on YouTube. She's got home decor ideas and how to keep your house less cluttered. She was talking about this a few months ago, why it's not a good idea to have throw rugs in your house. And I agree with her. She said, the more throw rugs you have, the more dust you accumulate. And that's something extra for you to have to dump out every week or every other day, dumping dust out, shaking the rugs outside, or sweeping or vacuuming. Very true. Very, very true. So I don't have a lot of rugs in here. I have one rug in the living area. It's a shag rug, off-white. And I've been 2 minutes from getting rid of it and selling it. Only because the space is small and the bug people come in here once a month. And this place gets awfully dusty for some reason. That's just something less, something I really don't want to have to be trying to clean. Because I'm sure it needs a cleaning because I bought it a few years ago for Christmas. It needs cleaning. It needs a professional clean. But I thought about that. I don't have any rugs. Oh, I have one little small rug in the bathroom, and she's 2 minutes from going in the damn dumpster too. Naturally, you want something nice to step on when you come out the tub. But I don't even like putting my wet feet on the rug because you still got to shake it out, put it over the tub so it can dry. And frankly, I'm just the type of person, I like wiping my feet off from my towel before I get out the tub. So when I get out the tub, I take the whole towel and throw it onto that little bitty rug. I know a lot of people are thinking that's so stupid, Angela. You got a rug, step on the rug. I won't step on the rug because I don't want the smell of wet feet on the rug. So really, I don't need the damn rug. Light bulb moment. Queen don't need that little rug because she steps out on her fucking towel on top of the rug. Don't ask. Pale Rider says, I have one hallway runner and one small area rug in my living room, ceramic tile floors. Okay. Pale Rider, where do you live? Are you Florida, California? Where are you? For you to have ceramic tile. You must live somewhere warm. Most people that have those type of tiles live in places like Florida, Arizona, California. Excuse me. Oh, East Texas. Yeah, West warm in Texas. Okay. I can live in Texas. I thought about a few places I would live if I didn't go live in Georgia. Texas would be another place I would consider living. I would probably do somewhere like Austin. Austin's nice. Austin, San Antonio, somewhere. Get the hell out of here. Woo! 80 degrees. Shut your mouth, girl. Damn. Oh, and New Orleans, of course. Yeah. So those are my 3 picks of places I would go stay. Georgia, New Orleans, Texas. Don't ask. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a problem for Queen because my hair would curl right on up. I permed my hair the other day. Yesterday morning, it's now my hair would just be frizzy. Oh my God. It would never hold straight. Yeah, I'm ready to get the hell out of here. Ready to get out of Tennessee. I'm just waiting on that opportunity. God, meet somebody. They say, hey, come stay with me. You want to come live with me? But I'd be scared to do that because I want to pack up my stuff, go live with a fucking crazy person. Then I'm sitting here on the run. On the run with a backpack. Trying to get away from that crazy ass person. Whew, too much of a gamble. I'm too old for that. But just saying, if I met a really nice guy and I thought, he had his life together and he said, hey, come move here, I think I would take a chance. I would be leery, of course. Queen. I would be leery. Because my fear would be you pack up everything, give your notice. The next thing you know, he says, oh, I changed my mind. I don't think it's going to work. And then I'd be ready to shoot that motherfucker. Because I done packed up my stuff and gave him a 30-day notice. And then here you come talking about something. You don't think it'll work. Well, motherfucker, we're going to make it work because I'm coming any damn way. I'm coming any damn way. You better have a lump sum of money to find me somewhere else to live. Because I'm still coming. Queen of food. Oh, Lord have mercy. I ain't got no sense. The link is in the chat. 41 people watching. Come on, you guys. Stop this nonsense now. Stop this nonsense. I don't know what else we can talk about. Hey, look, let me go look at the queue right quick and see what the hell they got going on. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Let me get this this little baby jukebox. See what the hell they talking about. Woo. It's kind of nice here. Because it's not too cold in my room with the temperature in the upper 50s, 57. You believe nobody want to join the Queen? Now, any other time somebody be crying, oh, she didn't drop the link so I could talk. Then when you drop it, don't nobody want to hit the damn thing. Y'all know y'all some wishy-washy fans. I swear. Wishy-washy. Where are my fans at that like to talk? Hey, Britt. I'm serious. Never want to hit the damn link. Worry me to death. Okay, I'm going to queue and see what the world's talking about. Hold on. Ooh, I'm about out of breath. Shit. That's why I said let somebody else come up here and talk. Now, what's this? Let's hear what these folks talking about over here. I'm just going through the first thing that come up in the YouTube queue. I ain't really got much to talk about today. I'm just all over the damn place. Okay. She went to the beauty store and left her baby with the father. She returned to a nightmare.
It is the final stage of love, and knowing that I love her with everything in me. In an interview you'll only see on 5 on your side, we're hearing from a mother who lost her 9-month-old daughter in a shooting. Police are now investigating Friday's shooting in North St. Louis as a murder-suicide.
About what, Britt?
Thanks for joining us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. The family says the baby's own father killed her and then himself. Our Megan Kernan spoke with the grieving mother to hear how she's finding strength
in
the face of loss. She's in the newsroom now with this update.
Crazy.
Micah Laurie tells me she's just beginning to process the pain of losing her baby girl, Ophelia Laurie Daniels. She doesn't understand why this happened, but tonight she's choosing to focus on the love they shared.
I still can't believe that it's actually real. I keep wishing and praying that I'll wake up from this dream.
Micah Laurie ran to a beauty supply store Friday night, leaving her daughter with Ophelia's father, 21-year-old Zacchaeus Daniels. But when she returned to her family's home on Cates, she walked into a crime scene.
I don't know, it's like something came over me to turn on my cell phone flashlight.
She found her 9-month-old and Daniels together on the couch, both gone, an image she says will haunt her forever.
I don't know why.
She says Daniels was never violent, but struggled with his mental health, something she now wants to bring awareness to.
As a father, him trying his best.
Micah is leaning into the love that remains. She says Ophelia's short life was filled with joy, laughter, and energy.
She was feisty, very sassy baby.
Pretty little baby.
She had such a big personality.
The home that once held so many special memories for the 23-year-old and her baby is now a place of heartbreak.
I describe it as like an eerie feeling, knowing that her life began here and it ended here as well.
Through her pain, Micah wants to send a message about mental health, especially for men who may feel alone in their struggles.
Your life is worth living. Don't ever think that this is the only option. And that if you cannot advocate for yourself, there's always somebody near, somebody that you trust and love that will advocate for you.
And there's a fundraiser to help Ophelia's funeral expenses. You can find a link on the As Seen on TV section on KSTK.
Well, let me say this. Something's off with this girl. I don't know. St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department announced Thursday we're investigating the deadly shooting of an infant girl and a man Friday in North St. Louis murder-suicide. This happened in 5,000 block of Cates Avenue near the border of the Academy, Sherman Park, and Fountain Park neighborhoods. So I was wondering how they died. So he shot the child and himself. So if you knew he was mentally ill or he struggled with mental illness, somebody's going to still question, why would you allow him around your child? Why would you allow him to keep your child unattended? And then there's times when she's smiling in this interview. It's creepy to me. Hell, there might be something wrong with the damn baby mama too. Hell, 23 and he's 21. They were children. They had no business with no kid. No way. This is why I said about having children. I don't believe in young people having kids. I get it. A lot of us were young. We had children. That don't mean we needed them. Don't mean we were ready for them. Okay, times have changed from 30 years ago versus now, 40 years ago, 100 years ago. People are not equipped for children. A lot of you all think that you all are. You ain't either. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. I keep telling people, watch social media and you will see why most people don't need no children. Stuff I've been talking about during this live stream. Say anything, do anything, no ramifications, don't care about nobody, selfish, wild out, wig out, and yet you got a baby. You somebody's daddy. Let anybody babysit your kid. Stay gone for days. Don't leave them with diapers, formula. Jumping on social media, shaking your ass with your coochie cutter outfits on. Bending over. You got your kids mimicking you doing it. That's not cute. You see all that shit in the shorts. Little kids dropping it like it's hot. 2 years old. What does a little girl know about dropping it like it's hot? And nobody cares because it's funny. Oh, look at her. She's so cute. Kids talking back to the mom and daddy. She's grabbing the cell phone to film it. Everybody think that's funny. But really, it's not funny. It's not cute. I don't want to go to McDonald's. I want to go to Taco Bell. Well, we're not going to Taco Bell, but I want to go. I want to go. That's cute. I think a lot of us are becoming too comfortable with silliness, rudeness, half-ass dressed people. As I was saying, you're naked on the news. You're naked in these reality TV shows. Excuse me. We're too comfortable with foolishness. Everything's a joke. Everything's funny. Lighten up, queen. You gotta lighten up. No, you lighten up. I don't gotta lighten up shit. I'm from the old school. You're supposed to have, some dignity about yourself. Women my age, 50, don't want to be 50. You want to act like you're 25. You still want to walk around with your coochie cutter shorts on, your coochie cutter, your too tight ass leggings and halter tops. Just like I was looking at some people. They were celebrating the death of some guy who died the other day, okay? So they posted some videos along with his picture where they all had a class reunion last year, whatever. There's this certain black female that I've seen out and about. She wears the same type of outfit every time I see. Hey, Terry, I saw that. Well, Terry, you sent it to the wrong Cash App, sweetheart. Let me put it in the thing. I already messaged you back. You must have sent the money to the wrong Cash App. Hey, Lord. Hold on. Let me send it to you. Just everybody's too comfortable with cussing, fussing, wilding out, filming your children every 5 seconds, showing what your child said, what your child did, filming elderly people with dementia. That's really not funny. It's really not cute. Just for a like and a view, make some money, walking around following an elderly person with dementia. That's something I don't like. There was this one black girl, she kept filming her grandmother. She went from Facebook to YouTube. Well, the grandmama dead now, so you can't make no money off of grandma no more. Thank you. And even the old lady would tell her, stop following me. So that should have told her something right there. Grandma, why are you getting mad? And the lady was telling her, well, stop following me around with your fucking camera. But, like, view, donations. Oh, and about this girl wanting donations for the baby. It don't cost a lot of money to bury a fucking toddler. She's a toddler. How big of a casket do you need? A funeral home would foot the bill for your baby. You don't need no expensive casket for a little person. She's not even 3 feet tall. How much money do you need? You put that baby in a nice little cloth box for a couple of $100. You don't need no casket for no 1-year-old. I said that. I'm assuming some of you probably would agree. Why should you go spend thousands of dollars on a baby casket? For what? It's a waste of money. Yeah, but everything right now is for attention, for show. Everything. Like and a view. Go, grandma, go, grandma, go. Just like, okay, about 2 weeks ago, this is around Super Bowl time, there was a little black lady they were filming down in New Orleans. And she was, there's a little dance they do, a little saying they have down in New Orleans, right? So some of the cheerleaders were standing beside the little black lady. And the black lady had on some little short shorts with some tights, pantyhose. She was doing her little dance. I thought it was going to stop right there. Don't you know that old black lady bent over and touched the ground and showed her ass cheeks in them short shorts? I almost fainted. This is what I'm talking about. Where are we going too damn far? Okay? They cremated her. Why? A baby. Okay. Oh, Laura says that girl didn't sound like she was grieving at all. Okay. No, if you see the video, she looked like she was smiling some of the time when they were talking to her. So that's what kind of threw me off. Like, okay, what am I missing here? But anyway, grandmama is bending over. Who that? That's what the dance is called. Who that? Who that? Who that? That's something they say in New Orleans. Who that? Okay, who that? Who that? Who that? Grandma, what is you doing bending over showing your ass? And her underwear was showing when she bent over, y'all. I said, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Jesus, take the wheel, please. Take it. That's not cute. Grandmama bending over, showing her ass cheeks with tights on and a snippet of her white undergarments. Now, do you want to see your grandmama undergarments when she bend over? No, you don't. Come on now. Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that underwear you showing, grandma? Lori, you're a fool. Lori said, thank God. You, girl, you're a fool. Ain't that the truth? Hey, you right. I best shut up. Right. Get your ass off of here. Go sit down, grandma. Go get you some grits and coffee. Because she was a cute little old black lady, you know. Had some pep in her step. I thought she was just going to be doing a little dance with the cheerleaders. Next thing I know, grandma done bent all the way down to the ground with her ass up. And I said, and y'all going to film that? That's not cute. Now, I can tell you, that's the day I would have caught a charge because I would have got a belt and whooped my grandmama's ass. Get your ass in the car. You know better. Come on now. Now, that's just disrespectful. But this is what I'm talking about. We are too comfortable right now with this type of behavior. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Coochie mama antics, nasty memes on Facebook. Everybody talking about sex and ding dong and how you like it. And we got to stop this because our children can read and they can comprehend. And it's just gross. Telling all your business on social media. That's another thing we've talked about, okay? This excessive oversharing. Everybody is talking about somebody in their posts. I don't like when you did this. I don't like when you did this. Why did you say this? You're just looking like, oh my God, here we go. If I was to share half of the shit I want to share on Facebook, a lot of folks' feelings will be hurt. But I don't do it. No, I know the cause of problem. All right, Terry, I think your Cash App came through. Hold on, honey. Let me see. There we go. Okay, Terry. Hold on. God, this cold is horrible. We should get on somewhere. Thank you, Terry Crocker. Thank you for the donation, sweetheart. God bless you. So, I think we all need to ask ourselves, why are we so comfortable with oversharing? All right, y'all. Here's the latest pertaining to Gary Jones, who's still missing down in Lake Oconee. 11 Alive is the source. I'm just picking anything out. We're not really talking about anything particular during this live. This is just a vent session.
1 month in the search on Lake Oconee for an Atlanta man who is believed to have fallen in the water along with his fiancee.
Gary Jones and Joycelyn Wilson set out on his small John boat back on February 8th, celebrating Jones's 50th birthday.
The boat found empty, isolated several hours later. Wilson's body was found the next day floating in the water, but Jones's body has yet to be found.
11 Alive's Cody Alcorn has been following the search since the very beginning. He's live in our newsroom tonight. So, Cody, we know there will be a new group out on the water Saturday with a pretty impressive history of finding bodies in lakes.
Yeah, that's right, Jonathan. And we can tell you this past Sunday, Sheriff Howard Sills announced the official search was suspended, but made it clear the Department of Natural Resources and his deputies would only do daily sweeps of the area, checking to see if Jones's body surfaced. But the sheriff told me he would not keep any volunteers or paid crews from helping in their efforts to find Gary Jones. Tomorrow, a crew from Wisconsin will be on the water. The most extensive search ever conducted on a lake in Putnam County is adding additional resources this weekend. Keith Cormicon with Bruce's Legacy.
And he's very successful, very well known around the country, and has literally traveled the world finding bodies.
Sheriff Howard Sills says his boats will be out on the water with Cormicon.
He said the only thing he needed us to do was to accompany him and keep other boaters and things like that away from him while he does this.
The sheriff says Gary Jones's family is paying for this search.
Oh, wow.
Saturday marks 1 month since Jones and his fiancee, Joycelyn Wilson, were seen on camera getting into his 12-foot John boat. A few hours later, about 7 miles out, the boat was spotted empty, circling in Richland Creek. Life jackets, a cookie cake, cooler, paddles, and Jones's wallet were found in the boat.
Let's stop here. So we have a search crew from Wisconsin. Thank you, sir, for your services coming down to the south to help aid in this search. Gary's family has paid this man to search. The sheriff's department is aiding this guy to help search, keep people away from him while he's on the water. Where I have the problem, no life jackets were worn by this man and woman. Why not? You're on a TikTok-ass plastic boat and you don't have a life jacket on? And as the sheriff has said so many times, the region where the boat was found was too massive, too deep to have that John boat on top of the water. So you're talking about 70, 80 some feet down. Not a good area for a plastic boat. The boat was designed more or less for a pond fishing, not circling rivers and lakes. So did this man take this woman out here for nefarious business? We're never going to know. That's what's so horrible about the story. She floated up day one. He's still down there in that water allegedly. Some people don't believe he's down there. Well, if he ain't down there, then where is he? But no life jackets, cake, wallet found inside. And then the crazy part is she's found with her phone clutched in her fucking hand. Make that make sense. That's scary to me. How do you die with your phone in your hand? On water, air, water in your lungs. So was she already dead when she hit the water? Stay woke.
The next day, Wilson's body was found floating near the center of the lake, her phone still clutched in her hand. Then Jones's shoes were found on the opposite side of the lake, floating near the shoreline. The following 3 weeks, crews spent every day on the water using sonar and cadaver dogs, even helicopters and drones. Sheriff Sills says the area they believe Jones may be in is up to 80 feet deep, with about 50-foot trees underwater.
50-foot
now, Sheriff
trees.
Sills has
Wow.
said from day one, finding Jones will help them possibly figure out what happened on that boat. The only thing missing, Jones's body and his cell phone. As for Bruce's legacy, Keith created this after his brother, who was a first responder, died during a dive for a drowning victim. He's devoted the last 20 plus years to making sure teams across the country have the proper training so that never happens to another first responder. And it's evolved from there, now helping give closure to families like the Jones family
Terry,
around
please.
the world by finding victims underwater that other agencies could not.
Sorry about that commercial. Where is Gary Jones? How many of you believe that Gary is in the water? Let's take a vote. Hold on. Let's take a vote. Get my pen and paper out. Excuse me. Thank God I'm sitting right here where there's a little drawer. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. All right, everybody, we're going to take a vote. She's found with her phone floating day one. Gary's still missing. Phone missing. Body missing. But wallet, cake, snacks still on the boat. Jackets, life jackets on the boat. What happened? Did he take this woman out to kill her and himself? They were having problems. This was the ultimate revenge. What was his mental state? Who can attest to his mental state, his personality, his disposition? Same for Miss Jocelyn. Was this a suicide, homicide mission? Number one, put a 1 in the chat if you believe Gary is in the water. Put a 1 in the chat if he is in the water. Hello, Lucy. Put a 1 in the chat if he's in the water. I got 1. I got 2. Got 3. I got 4. $50 people watching. Come on now. Four people voted. 50 people watching. Make it make sense. Put your 1 or no. Put nothing in the chat. 1, he is in the water. If you have something you want to say about this subject matter, hit the link. And vote, vote, vote. Gary is in the water. Put a 1 in the chat. I got 4 people say yes, he's in the water. Laura, you say you don't know. Okay, well, we'll take a vote on that here in a minute. Put a 1 in the chat if Gary is in the water. Laura, you're going to go ahead and say 1. 6. 6 people say he's in the water. Hello, Chick 10. Six people say he's in the water. How many of you believe he's not in the water? Put a 2. Put a 2 in the chat. He's not in the water. We got 6 saying he's in the water. How many of you say he's not in the water? Put a 2 in the water. Put a 2. Look, put a 2 in the water. Okay, I got 7. 7 say he's in the water. Okay, change that count. Thank you. I got one says he's not in the water. Jennifer from NYC says he's not in the water. 7 in, 1 out. Anybody agrees with Jennifer that Gary Jones is alive somewhere? Where's his phone? This is very weird. 50 people watching. Put a 2 in the chat if Gary is alive. Nobody wants to vote. What kind of audience is this? Stop being in the bushes and vote. Stop it now. Put a 1 in the chat. He's in the water. Put a 2 in the chat. He's alive. We only have one person voting saying he's alive. That's Jennifer. Wow, wow, wow. Hit that link. You got something you want to say to me about anything we've discussed during this live stream. We talked about men. We talked about true crime. How gullible you all are that believe anything. Always believing that people are only murdered by people that they know. That's what I was ranting about at the beginning of this live. How stupid some of you all act. Like people are only killed by people that know them. No. People are murdered by strangers every day. Talking about the Brian Kohlberger case. Very annoying. People come in trying to put the blame on other people when they have arrested him. And I believe they have the right person. Well, we get on to the next topic. Since nobody wants to play along. You want to be damn difficult. Oh, shut your mouth. All right. I'll put this back in here. Have a daring soul or two. And don't nobody come back later talking about, oh, I wanted to say something and blah, blah, blah. But you had the opportunity. You didn't want to hit the link. I don't know what you want me to do about it. All right, hold on. That's all right. We can get off the subject. We'll find something else to talk about. All right, everybody. That was 11 Alive news pertaining to Gary Jones. Let's see what else we can come up with. Rest in peace, Tony, co-founder Dwayne Wiggins. Condolences to all his friends and family. Wow, he's dead. Damn. Hate to hear that. We're going to go back to my beginning rant pertaining to Brian Kohlberger. News Nation has a new video. Kohlberger believed he was smarter than everyone else. Jim Clemente. Miss Vargas.
He's a former New York State prosecutor and a former FBI special agent and profiler. Jim, great to have you here. What do you make of these text messages between the surviving roommates? They really do explain, and we know that one of them said she'd been out drinking. This was a weekend night. They'd all been out partying and doing things until really, really late, until the early morning hours. It helps shed a little more light on what was going on inside that house.
Sure. It definitely explains the delay in contacting 911 because obviously they were confused. They were afraid, obviously, but there was a lot of chaos going on in that house. There was a lot of disbelief and confusion. And I think they were slowly coming to the belief that something very bad happened. They're putting pieces together. These are basically just kids. And they've never been in this situation before. They never should have been in this situation.
And one of the roommates said that she had been drinking that night. She described herself as being drunk and that she wasn't even sure that she had seen what she had seen or if in fact maybe she had dreamed it. So on top of all, it's 4:30 in the morning, you add in that factor, they're not even sure what they're seeing.
Exactly. They've never experienced this before. They didn't know really what was happening. Of course, you have a guy, they don't know. It's an open house. People come in and out all the time. So they didn't know that this person was definitely an intruder who had very bad intentions.
When this story first emerged, you drew on some of your profiling experience and said that you thought that the killer either had a relationship with one or more people inside the house or that he'd been stalking somebody in the house. Right. Has your analysis changed now that Bryan Kohberger's been arrested and we're learning all these details?
Yeah, I think the information that we have tells me that there was at least pre-attack surveillance, and that is a form of stalking. Basically, this person who committed this crime didn't just do it on a whim. They thought about this for a long time. They actually built up fantasies about how it would go. And in order to actually make the plans, they most likely were in the neighborhood, looking at that place, looking at other potential places they could attack, and chose this one based on the situation.
What would make somebody do something like this?
Well, I think the best indicator is basically what his behavior was. I mean, the fact that he left his phone back at his house, he was planning this. His studies, for example, give an insight into what he wanted to do. But the fact is, I think he wanted to commit the perfect crime in his mind. And unfortunately, these victims were the just luck of the draw. And it's like I said, it should never have happened. But the fact is that he wanted the notoriety. He wanted to be able to pull off something that he thought nobody else could. He thought he was smarter than everybody else in the world.
What do you make of Kohberger's defense lawyer trying to get the death penalty off the table by saying he has autism? First of all, wouldn't that only come into play in sentencing, not in determination of guilt?
Most likely, absolutely. I think they're trying to say that it's prejudicial somehow, but I think this is similar to them making the statement that he had a privacy interest in the knife sheath and that he had a privacy interest in the DNA of other people. I think they're throwing whatever they can against the wall and seeing what'll stick. This is just a defense tactic because they know that it's a very, very strong case against their client.
Because, by the way, if it is Bryan Kohberger, and there's a lot of evidence pointing to Bryan Kohberger, he did a lot of things to try and cover up his crime. This is an indication he knew. It's not like I didn't know what I was doing was wrong. Whoever, if it's him, he knew what he was doing was wrong. He tried to cover it up.
Absolutely, right. In a case where you can have an insanity defense, it is a defense that they don't know that what they did, they don't appreciate the fact that it's wrong or against the law. And the fact that you cover something up or hide it at all means that you do appreciate the wrongfulness of your actions. Right. So it wouldn't work.
Jim Clemente.
All right, everybody, News Nation. Yes, he knew what he was doing. And Annie, that's a low blow to bring autism into the story. Come on, lady. Are you serious? So now he's autistic. Really? Just goes to show you how low these attorneys will stoop to try to get their client off. Right. He hasn't even been sentenced yet. He hasn't even gone to trial yet. So why you want to bring in autism? Oh, to get the death penalty. Sorry, not sorry. Hell no. Annie, you are now a millionaire from representing Bryan Kohberger. I talked to you all about that when this case first broke. Excuse me, he was arrested. How much Annie Taylor makes an hour. Let's Google that for some of you who are curious. In case you want your hair and eyebrows to burn off, we're going to go into the lion's den. It's weird to me that someone would want to go out on a lake in early February. Well, Laura, you got to remember, Georgia has warm weather. It's not always cold just because it's winter. So the weather was nice Valentine's Day in Georgia. One second, everybody. Ann Taylor, the public defender representing Brian Kohlberger in the Idaho murders, was paid $200 per hour for a 40-hour work week. This would have earned her a minimum of $384,000 per year. Latau County paid Kootenai County for Taylor's services, and Latau County paid Taylor directly for overtime. Okay? $384 minimally. It's a lot of money to fight this death penalty case. So she was special defense hired. The only person they found in the state to represent, they had a list of people. I think it had maybe roughly 19 names of people that could represent Mr. Kohlberger. Her name came up top of the list. So you're talking about making almost $400,000 or more to represent a fucking killer. She's been representing him since what? The first of the year of 23. It is now 25. You can count. She's made probably roughly under $1 million to represent this man. So she is by no means a poor person. So you sit and you think about that, what she's made to represent this thing. So she's going to pull out every stop she can, hold it up, because that's one thing ain't nobody really thinking about. The longer they prolong everything, that's more money in this woman's pocket. Okay? Let me repeat that to you. $200 per hour for 40 hours a week. Most of us will never see $384,000 a year ever. Ever. That's a lot of fucking money as a public defender. That's not somebody with their own law firm. That's not somebody that even works for a law firm. That's a public defender. I never knew they made this much money fighting death penalty cases. Now you know, and now I know as well. Just a little bit of information for those of you who were curious, hadn't heard. So she can prolong this party as well as long as she wants. She's going to continue to get paid by the state. It's fucked up. So as somebody said the other day, black guy, was a YouTube channel. He says there's money in crime. Exactly. That's what keeps the courthouse going. Breaking the law. Paying for licenses for businesses. Power, electric. Marriage licenses. Business licenses. Crime pays, literally. So everybody loves to lecture. Don't do this. Don't do this. But that's what keeps the courthouse open. That's what keeps the federal courthouse open. Breaking the law. Bottom line. It is what it is. Once again, Dwayne Wiggins of Tony has passed away. He died at the age of 64. Hate to hear that. It's our anniversary. Oh, it's going to make me cry. Once again, condolences to Miss Angie Stone's family. She's passed away as well. God help us. Looking through the YouTube queue to see what else we can find. Also, Miss Anna Maria Horsford that played on Amen as the daughter of the Deacon Fry, who was once played Mr. Jefferson on the Jeffersons. Anna Horsford, she just turned 77. Wow. Everybody's getting on up there. Do you know what today is? It's our anniversary. Hey, I may have to play that later. All right, going through the queue, seeing what type of nonsense we can find. We're going to talk about Mr. Hackman for a minute. We're going to go into Queen's Library. I'm going to play my live from last night. I'm going to play a little bit of that. Gene Hackman died from heart disease and dementia. Betsy, the wife, died days before Gene died, and she died from the hantavirus, okay? So this is a very depressing story of two elderly people alone in a house and one dead before the other one. So obviously the wife died before him. And the fact that she died of hantavirus, if you do not know what hantavirus is, it is a virus derived from rats, mice. This means that this woman, husband too, were in contact of rodents, fecal matter and urine. Put it together. $1 Million Mansion. What are we saying here? Because you only have a few options of how she could have gotten it. Mice were in her house with rat droppings around her and her husband, or she went somewhere and was around mice droppings and urine, or she played with mice outside. Take your pick. We're going into the belly of the beast. Will we find out the house is nasty and rodent infested? And that's why the pest control people were there 2 weeks before. And on the day they found the bodies of Mr. Hackman and his wife, Betsy. Let's go into the belly of the beast, everybody. Welcome to the Vault XL. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are welcome during the live stream. I'm going to play you some pieces from this live stream from last night pertaining to this couple. Giving you my commentary. For some reason, this does not want to play my video. This is weird.
When I found out
Andy Stone, 60-something. She was 60-something too.
Days before Mr. Hackman passed away. Now we're going to dig a little deep, belly of the beast, pertaining to this hantavirus. If you don't even know what it is, I'm going to tell you what it is. It's a nasty virus that you get from different types of mice, rodents, okay? I learned about hantavirus after COVID many years ago. Doing my research for the channel, when COVID hit, I started hearing about the hantavirus, you know, because everybody had these different theories of where they think COVID came from, and the Chinese, and this, that, the other.
Probably so.
And this is weird to me, because I don't really want to say what I'm going to say, but I want to say it because it's already out here. Did these people have rodents in their home? Because you just don't get hantavirus, okay? You have to be around rodents, fecal matter and or urine to catch it. It's about 9 to 33 days of setting in. So you can get it day 9, you get it day 10, day 15, okay? So you get it between 9 to 33 days. You're going to get flu-like symptoms. Chills, fever, diarrhea, nauseous, vomiting, low, I believe it said heart rate or blood pressure. It takes over your body. It can be cured. You can get help, but you have to seek help. So this woman probably was sick for some time, and obviously didn't seek any help, because she would be alive today had she sought help. So I want to know the state of the Hackman's home. Is the house clean? And when I mean clean, I mean just what I'm saying to you. Is the house clean of animal urine, animal fecal matter, and also roaches, bed bugs, ants, all of that? Because we know that Mr. Hackman won't be cleaning. He wouldn't have been cleaning because he was elderly, frail, and had dementia. So that left her to care for the house, and if she hired anyone to come in to help clean, such as a cleaning lady, any cleaning services. So did she ever have anyone come in and clean regularly, weekly, bi-weekly? If not, I won't doubt that when they go in the house, which they probably, they've been in there already, so they had to get the decedents out of the house, they saw mouse rat droppings in there. I'm going to put everything I own on that. Because she had to come in contact with it in order to get to hantavirus. And that's just cut dry. There's no in between.
So somebody said she was seen with a mask on. Well, probably knew she was sick. So that's why I asked all the questions during the live stream last night. Did she get diagnosed and knew she was sick? Did she go hire pest control to have them spray the house? How bad was the infestation? Number one. What rooms were infested? Why didn't the husband have it? Mr. Gene. So you got to ask all those questions. Where were they in their house staying? You're talking about a big ass house. So they could have been on one side of the house. Upstairs, downstairs. Don't know. I don't even know how many levels the house had. 2, 3, don't know. The point is she got it from somewhere. So if pest control was there, this was probably why. She saw it had gotten out of control, hired somebody. But this is why I said it won't matter to go back into the lion's den if you don't have the issue cleared up. And what's going to be bad if you find out the rodents were crawling over in the refrigerators and the stove and the countertops. You got to eat. They leave droppings on countertops inside. They eat through things, plastic, boxes, all of that, paper. So in order for her to have gotten sick, it had to have been bad. That's my point. This is serious because these people are left alone to their own devices, and they obviously were not doing a good enough job taking care of themselves. That's why she's dead. You can treat hantavirus. You cannot pass it person to person. Can you pass it to animals? Don't know. I'll do that research here in a second. The point is, she should be alive today. Has she gotten adequate care from a physician?
Cut dry. There's no in between how she got it. She would have access to rodents. So I'm asking, what's the state of her house? Because it's going to be jacked up if we find out these people were living in $1 million mansion and it's filled with rodents running around, spraying urine, fecal matter. And you know what mice and rats can do. They climb, they eat through everything, paper, plastic. They love water. Yes, a rat can swim.
Oh, Lord.
Those who didn't know, they like water. They set up a nest in any...
Let me ask this question as well. What is the state of the house? Cluttered? Was she a hoarder? Was she picking up things off the street, bringing in strange things off the street? Going to free food banks, cluttering up the house? What is the state of this mansion? Are we going to find out? One, it is roach infested, mice infested, rodent infested, bug infested, hoarded up with old paper, magazines, newspapers, food. What is the state of the Hackman home? And God forbid, rodents have to run out at some point if you're not catching them alive. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or catching them dead, rather. And who wants to hear of rats running out of somebody's house? Because they got to go somewhere. Stay woke, everybody.
Those who didn't know, they like water. They set up a nest in anything, just like a roach, bug. This is baffling to me. And these people living a reclusive life, not having people around, no one's visiting, coming by, checking on them. There's no telling what the hell is inside of that house and what that house is like. I never saw this coming, that this woman had hantavirus. The fact that one was in there dead while the other one's alive. So this man's got dementia, and he is not even noticing that the wife is deceased.
Very true. You can't sweep or vacuum them up. Very true. That was one thing in the article that I read yesterday. Do not sweep or vacuum them up. Mice droppings.
And may have seen her, but because he doesn't have a, sharp memory, it would just fly over his head. This is sad. And this is what happens in the world, that people live on their own. They are entitled to live as they see fit. They can have people over, not have people over, people visit, whatever. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. You can't make people, you know what I'm saying, open their doors. You can't make people have people over in their homes. But this is sad to me. To know that she had this virus that could have been treated. He had dementia, heart issues. And they died alone in their home. And there's an autopsy, waiting for the dog that passed away that's in the crate. We learned also that dog had been to the vet. I believe it was the 11th or so. So I don't know what they treated the dog for, but that's probably the reason why the dog was in the crate. She passed out from the infection, the virus. And a dog is left behind to fend for herself. So as someone in the chat said the other day, the dog probably died from starvation.
I'm going to interject there. As I said before, this is a serious situation of why you need to have people check on you. Because one's got dementia, heart disease, frail, can't move around. And then you got a wife who's walking around with the hantavirus. And we don't know how long she had it. We don't know if she was diagnosed or not. See, we don't know. We don't even know if she went to the doctor to see what the hell was going on with her. But the point is, you're talking about two sick elderly people in a house, and they're not faring well. That's the point. And he relied on her. So imagine she died before he died. So that means he's not eating. And we don't know if he had the memory to feed himself, bathe himself, take a shower. Stay woke now. See, nobody even knows really how they were living in that house. I won't be surprised they were not living well at all. Because in the end, it's just a structure in a nice neighborhood, but that's it. The inside is going to tell the truth. The bathroom, how they were living, if they cleaned up after themselves, if it was hoarded up, if the dogs were taken care of, if the dogs were potty trained. You got to ask all those questions. Dogs being able to go in and out. The fact they told you that the back door was open when they got there. So that's just a way for rodents and wildlife to get in as well. You're leaving the door open for the dogs to get in and out. That's not good. And if a dog knows to crawl through a doggy door, a rat, a skunk, or any other type of wildlife can use the same discretion. So then you got to ask that question. Did they leave the doors open often for the dogs? Or the dogs had doggy doors? Which is it? And then you got to think they were dead for over a week. So any life animal could have crawled into the house. The door is open. So you're fighting rats and mice on the inside. Well, you've left the door open. You've now given them an invitation to just come on in. Stay woke, everybody. Yes, the house was too big for them. And that's how shit gets out of control. The bigger the house, the more money, more maintenance. Don't know how old the house is, but things go wrong, things break, things tear up. And we have learned with bugs, rodents, they find a way in through the garage. This is why they tell you don't put food, perishable items in your garage. Because the garage is really not for that. That's man's thinking. Oh, let's store all the food in the garage. That's the worst place to store food. You don't leave nothing in a garage that can be chewed on. I think a lot of people know this now. Overflow of food, putting food on the ground, you know better. Any animal can chew on a box. Don't store nothing edible in a garage or a basement. So all this apocalyptic shopping for paper towels, this and that, you're just giving the rats something to chew on. Keeping it real. Stop buying all that shit. You're a couponer, you might as well stop. Okay? Because if you're not going to store that in a secure room, you're wasting money. The basement and garage are not for those places, for those things. Sorry, not sorry. You have to be careful. So it's recommended you don't put nothing edible, chewable in a garage, in the basement. Because so long as a rat, mouse can get in, skunk, possum, it's going to chew on anything. Okay? What is the state of this house? I got a feeling it ain't good. And I'm sure somebody's going to tell the story. They probably have all kind of shit chewed on in this house. And that is the worst type of infestation. Rats, mice. Hell, roaches too. Roaches, bed bugs, all the same. And for all we know, they probably could have that as well. Roaches, bed bugs, I don't know. This is terrible. Well, you know, Queen don't like clutter either. I'm a very minimalist person. If it was left up to me, I'd live like a little man with a tray table and a recliner. I don't like a lot of stuff. I like nice things, but it still makes me nervous looking at too much stuff that you got to wipe down. And now that I'm getting older and I ache a lot, I just don't like lifting stuff, pulling stuff out to wipe stuff down. I mean, I'm OCD. I'm going to do it anyway, but it don't mean I want to keep doing it because I'm getting older now. I don't want to fool with a lot of stuff. So this is why I don't have a lot of stuff. Plus, I'm in a smaller space, so that keeps me grounded not to have a lot of furniture, knickknacks. I don't have the space for it. I don't have the room. I moved from a, apartment that was a little bit bigger before. That apartment is nowhere near the size of this one. Okay, you could put this one in that one. Okay, so I don't have no choice but to keep the bare minimum. Cannot collect a lot of stuff. So that's why I had to go through all my purses, shoes again after moving here. I went through all that stuff months before even moving, before I even knew where I was moving. I got rid of a lot of stuff. Now, I was in this apartment. I went through a whole lot of stuff right before Christmas, right after Christmas. I've gone through tons of purses, all of that before the new year. Got rid of all that shit, dumped that stuff, and I still feel clusterfuck. And that's one thing you have to remember about all of that. Keeping things on the floor, as I just said, that's chewable. So I don't like nothing on the floor. I don't even like shoes on the floor just because of mice. They will chew on your damn shoes. And Queen, I think something got chewed on. I'm ready to burn the whole damn place down. I'm just keeping it real. So just giving you some pointers. Do not put your food in your basement. Don't put your food in your damn garage.
From starvation. But we will see, when they give us an update pertaining to the dog. But this is tragic. And this can happen to you if you're any age, let's be truthful. But I'm more concerned about nobody being able to check on these people, nobody having access to the house to come check on the people. The fact this woman was dead days before Mr. Hackman, her husband, and the fact she had hantavirus. This is worth talking about because you have to put two and two together. She did not just pick it up. And also, you cannot spread hantavirus from person to person.
Oh, that's good, Terry.
Okay?
Thanks, June.
You cannot pass it from person to person.
Got two people.
Thank God, that's a wonderful thing. Because something that can kill you, you definitely wouldn't want it to be passed from person to person.
Two people believe he's alive.
So far in my little research I did before going live, you can't pass it from person to person.
Yes.
But nonetheless,
lots of germs.
And she's now deceased. And it's no telling how long she had it. So I'm going to ask this question again. Police officers, ambulance people who went in the house, what's the state of the house? Did you see rats, rodents running around when you went in there to retrieve the bodies out of there? Because she had access to rodents.
Let's ask that question. Don't mean to be macabre, but the bodies were mummified. Had they been eaten on by the animals, their own dogs, wildlife, or the rats, mice? Dear God. Had any wildlife been eating on the decedents, since they have possibly a mice infestation? Because she caught that hantavirus from somewhere. So we're not going to sit here and play games. and act like they didn't have no mice problems. I'm assuming they did. So what was the state of the bodies? Had they been eaten on by wildlife from outside and also mice? Dear God, what a mess. Take care of your family members. I don't care if they hoop and holler. Somebody should have stepped in to take care of these two people. They should have had a caregiver or somebody over them, financially overseer, because this is they should have been living like this.
Rodents. Their droppings, urine, or something. This is wicked. It'll be even more crazy to know that she was seen to crawl around, didn't call the pest control to get the problem fixed. Because in your mind, you're sitting here thinking, oh, fancy neighborhood, it was gated community. She had to use her clicker to get in, so they got all that on a timer of her, entering in the last day she entered, back into the community. But the thought of them living in a fancy home, big home, we don't know how they were living in the home. And when you're talking about elderly people, one has dementia, that means the other one will be the one left to the device to keep the house clean, cook, do all those things. And I got a sneaky suspicion the house probably wasn't in the best shape. It couldn't have been. Because I don't care what was in that house, how much things were worth in that house. There was rats in there doing something. Garage, bedroom, living room, they made their way in and she was around it. That's how she got the virus. Unless somebody can come prove that she caught it visiting somebody else's house. Or she went outside and played with them. Take your pick. Take your pick.
All right, brief intermission. What was the state of the house? Inside. State of the bodies. Lord have mercy.
This is terrible. Hello, leaders. Go. How you doing? Thank you for joining me. That's the latest development, everybody, pertaining to Mr. and Mrs. Hackman. Heart disease, Alzheimer's for Mr. Hackman, and hantavirus for the wife, Miss Betsy. This is crazy to me. So like I said, I won't doubt the house probably was not in the best shape. And I don't want to think of anything else crazy that could have been going on with some rats, mice, however you want to word it. Because I'm sure there are going to be people making some really not so nice commentary and jokes, about the nationality and fooling with rodents. Because we've heard the crazy stories.
Well, everybody don't do that, Laura.
Certain race of people, eating rodents and things like that. I hate to bring that up, but just, throw it out there anyway.
I'm going to stop right there because I don't want to talk about nobody eating no damn mice. Oh, my God. Rats. Jesus Christ. That's the latest on Gene and Betsy, everybody. Just going through the queue. I'm already 2 hours and 23 minutes into this live stream. Thank you so much for joining me. Just going through the latest. Now we got a neo-Nazi group in Tennessee. Oh, Lord. Also, happy birthday to comedian Wanda Sykes, 61 years of age. Wonder if we're related or not. Just curious. Fox 13 has done a piece on the Idaho murders. If you're interested, I'm going to go ahead and share that to my community page. For some of you who may be interested in watching that piece, hold on one second. Sharing it right now. Fox Local Seattle. Okay. South Carolina death row inmate executed by firing squad. First in 15 years. Wow. Ain't that something? Jesus wept. There's a case here in Tennessee where a teacher unalived himself at 6 o'clock in the morning before the students arrived. And I'm trying to figure out, why would you kill yourself in a schoolhouse, knowing children and people would be there to find you? Let's hear about this, and then I want to check out of here, everybody. May come back on later. We'll chop up some more nonsense. This is in Tennessee, everybody. Munford High School.
Parents left with more questions than answers.
ABC 24's Desmond Nugent just came back from Munford. Desmond, who was the teacher and how is the school community dealing with this loss?
Richard and Pepper, many people that I spoke with today say this loss has just become a total shock to the entire community. The Tipton County Board of Education identified the teacher as Samuel Colin Day. The special education teacher died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Crime scene tape flooded the campus of Munford High School Thursday morning after a teacher was found dead inside of a classroom.
It's really wild to hear something like that out here because we don't get a lot of school deaths out here.
Tipton County Board of Education says Munford High School special education teacher Samuel Colin Day was found dead in a classroom about 6 this morning. Tim Hopper says his son and niece are students at the high school. Both are still processing his death.
He's handling it pretty well. He wasn't really close with that teacher, but my niece was.
Munford police say this was a self-contained situation. Munford High School closed today while authorities went through their investigation. One former Munford substitute teacher believes the school board will handle this tragic incident with care.
I'm sure the board, as well as the administration there, will see to it that everyone is taken care of emotionally.
While it's unknown what triggered Day's death, Evanson says that's a question that may never get answered.
It could have just been something personal that we're not aware of. We just don't know.
Now, Hopper tells me he's hoping Tipton County Board of Education provides some counseling to all students and staff. The school board sends their thoughts to everyone impacted and are asking the community to respect the family's privacy at this time. In the studio, I'm Desmond Nugent.
All right, everybody. So, as for the Jack Hackman's, everybody lives differently. Everybody are not people, persons. You know, sad to say that two ships can meet and mimic one another, as we've seen with so many relationships. Or one could have been a happy-go-lucky person, like company, but the other person didn't. You know, I'm the type of person, I don't mind a guest or two, but I'm not getting ready to run a hotel in my house. My house is never going to be that way. I've lived this way all my life. I lived just the way I did growing up. When I lived in Chicago with my mother, there were only 3 children in the house. We did not have a lot of people running in and out of the house. Periodically, there would be 1 or 2 people as guests coming over. My godbrother, he'd come downstairs and play with me. He lived up on the 3rd floor. His grandmother lived up there on the 3rd floor. He stayed with her in the afternoons until his parents got off from work. But other than that, we did not have a lot of people running in and out of our house. And my mother lived the same way near her death, okay? A loner. So I'm the same. I do not have a lot of people running in and out of my apartment. I have never had a lot of people running in and out of my apartment since I've been a young person up until now, and I'm 54. I'm going to die probably the same way. I do not believe in a lot of company. I don't mind being friendly. I don't mind you coming over to visit, but there will not be a hee-haw session up in here. I've never lived like that, and I've never jived with people who kept a lot of people in their house. I don't know how to live like that. So that's why I say everybody's different, because everybody's raised different. Some people are lonely. That's why they keep a lot of people in their homes. You've seen that with a lot of people. Every time you look up, their doors swinging open. They don't even lock. There's people actually to this day don't lock their doors because there's always a motherfucker running in and out of their house. That's how you live. That is your choice. That's not how I live. So these people live this way. They meshed. They vibed. Had relatives, I'm sure, but the people weren't, coming over regularly, traveling in and out of their house. But what people don't think about is a worst case scenario. Down the road, you're going to get old. That is just inevitable. So you need somebody to be checking on you. You need somebody to be checking on you to make sure you're okay, you're eating, you're drinking water, all of that stuff. When you get dementia, you do not know to feed yourself. You do not know to take a bath. Somebody has to put you in the tub, the shower. Somebody has to make your meals. That's what people don't want to accept about aging. These people started off in their right mind. You don't end in your right mind. So more than likely, besides him having a heart situation, he probably starved to death. He didn't know to go feed himself. So that's what everybody needs to think about. Now, as for this suicide, why would this man kill himself at the high school, special education teacher? Why would you do this? What was so bad about your life? You would kill yourself and do it in a schoolhouse. Come on now. This is sad to me. Frankly, as someone said in a comment, this was cruel. Because it's almost like he did it for shock value. Almost like revenge, if you ask me. So was he under investigation for anything? Had he committed any type of fraud, lost his money, been scammed out of money? Did he go broke, bad investments? Because the schoolhouse is not the appropriate place to kill oneself. And we usually hear of school shootings by students, staff members, not a teacher unaliving himself at 6 a.m. And that's an early time to go to class to sit and blow your brains out. So he was a selfish person. So all that shit about he was a nice guy, well, he wasn't nice in the end because he didn't mind you all finding him dead in a classroom. Let's keep it real. As someone said, what if a child had walked in and caught him in the room, seen him in the room, bleeding from the head? Do you know how traumatic that would be for a child? Exactly. So he was selfish. Because in the end, unaliving self is selfish. You are taking away something that God put to print. You did not put yourself to print. God brought you here. And it is a sin to kill thyself. So he didn't care about self. He didn't care about his students finding him. He didn't care about a teacher finding him. He didn't care. And I'm not here to knock whatever he was going through, but I don't know what he was going through because I don't know him. I just know the act is selfish. And also where you did it, you had to have known a child could have found you. That's what's fucked up. That is so bad to do that in a special ed coming to school. Yeah, any kid, don't matter. High school, grammar school, special ed, it's all the same to me. It's a schoolhouse. You brought your personal problems to school by unaliving yourself in your damn classroom. Why would you do that? Was he married, dating, heterosexual, gay? What? What was going on with this man? Was somebody about to reveal a secret about him? Did he hate his job, not like his job, wasn't happy at his job? Disagreement at work, disagreement with the school teacher, administration, principal? If something was going on, are we going to find out there was some hanky-panky going on with this school teacher and somebody at the school or the kids? I hate to hear that he was doing something inappropriate with the children. Did somebody make a claim that he touched a child inappropriately? Was that is what happened? What happened? And we're going to hear later. There was some talk, gossip, allegation made. I don't know. Just throwing all that out there. Either way, it's jacked up. When I get an update to that, I will bring you any updates pertaining to why this teacher killed himself or what they think he did, didn't do. It's a mystery for now. You said I was going to say selfish, but didn't want to post it. Well, there's nothing wrong with speaking your mind because it is a selfish act. Everybody knows killing yourself is selfish. The person is thinking it's not selfish because they feel like, well, it's me, it's my business, it's my life, it's my choice. But God says, no, it is not. I brought you here. Not your mama, not your daddy. You came through your mama's womb, but I made her and him. I say when you leave here, you don't say. So whether you believe in God or not, that's his version, allegedly. God says, I say no. Weather it out. Hell, there's days a lot of us don't want to be around. But not being around and being dead are two different things. Okay? Let me make that clear. I don't want to look in the same place every day. I don't want to live in the same place every day. I don't want to be around the same people every day. That does not mean I don't want to be alive. I just want to see something different. That's why you have to always be careful about what you claim, what you spit on your tongue. You know, we do that when we're angry. Oh, I want out of here. I'm sick of this. Blah, blah, blah. Be careful what you claim. Sick of this life. Sick of this bullshit. Okay. Be careful what you claim now. So you have to be specific even in complaining. Shut your mouth. Dear God, I'm sick of being around these lifeless motherfuckers. I'm sick of being manipulated, conned, bamboozled. I'm sick of this job. I'm sick of this marriage. I'm sick of this relationship. I'm sick of my mindset. I'm sick of going backwards. Jesus, make it better. Always be specific in your rants. Because you don't want to claim no bullshit. So I have to tell myself this every day. Jesus, well, help me. Give me the strength to make it. God bless me to be in a better situation, better circumstance. I want out, but not out of life. That's my commentary, everybody. What a beautiful day in East Tennessee. I feel like getting out because it's so pretty. But I know me. I ain't trying to spend no money. But I need some fresh air. God knows I need it. I might just do that later. Treat myself to a margarita at one of these little restaurants nearby. Mexican restaurants. Get me a nice margarita and call it a damn day. Or might get me one for this afternoon. Hell, why not? You only live once. That'd be real nice and soothing for a cold. A nice margarita. I might do that. Just throw on me some leggings, since that's the most popular thing to wear on the news. Jeggings. Look, throw on me some leggings. Throw on a little makeup and go get me a margarita somewhere. Because I'm thinking about that too, honey. I think I will. That'll be my treat to myself today. Get me a margarita. I'm not gonna dine. That one little place that's right near here. I didn't like that food I ordered last year when I went and had the I don't know what that shit was I ordered. Fried beans, whatever, and taco. I don't know what the hell that mess I had. I didn't like it. Always like a taco salad. That's one of my favorite things, but I didn't like it at this restaurant. And they were high too. So I'm going to go over there. I'm going to get just a margarita, as the old folks would say. Margarita, but that's it. Sit at the bar and drink me a margarita. Treat myself. And that's it. And then I'm walking. So I ain't got far to go. That's the best part about it. I don't have to worry about if I got tipsy, I'm on foot. Because that's how close the place is. So I don't even have to worry about nothing. It's pretty today. That's why I said this is really a great day to have a margarita somewhere while it's daylight, you know. Get me a nice little buzz in the afternoon. You know, I'm going to tell you something about Queen. I cannot drink early in the day. It don't work. I get buzzed easier for some reason. I'm a night drinker. I just cannot drink early in the afternoon or early evening. It just throws me off. It throws me all the way off. It's the craziest thing. I cannot drink early for some weird reason. I just can't do it. I don't know, more lightheaded or something. It's just strange. I'm a night drinker. I am. I'm a night drinker. But if I go over there, I'll go live and I'll show you the place. Because I'm thinking about going. I said the margaritas were okay. I don't like the food. I didn't care for the food. Maybe it's what I ordered. I didn't like it. I had some, as I said, some fried bean with, I thought I had ordered a taco salad because that's usually what I order when I go to Mexican restaurants. I like a beef taco salad. But I can't remember. Lord, somebody's cleaning something and it's loud. I can smell it under my door. Funky ass apartments. That's another thing I want to talk about too. People leaving disabled people to fend for themselves when they don't need to be living on their own. Because I'm sick of that shit. You see a person can't make it on their own. They can't clean for themselves. They can't keep their apartment or house clean. That means they don't need to be living on their damn own. I said it and I meant every damn word of it. I'm about to check out of here. You all have a wonderful evening. Bloodline is the movie for the weekend. Free on Freevee. Check it out. Be safe, everybody. If you're going to go out tonight and drink and then bind, have a designated driver, call an Uber, Lyft. Just make sure somebody's taking you home. And if the person driving is drunk, don't get in a car with them either. Find somebody sober to give you a ride home, okay? Like, share, subscribe, drop your comments below this video. Take the polls on my community page. And once again, if you'd like to donate to this great network, $Big Angie 129 Cash App. Thank you, Miss Terry, for the donation. God bless all of you. Oh, thank you. Thank you for listening. She said we can all pretend we're at the bar with Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, you guys, I will talk to you all later. But have a wonderful weekend. I enjoyed this live stream. I had a really good time. I was just shooting the shit and I was bored. I said, let me get up here and get on my rant. But I'm going to get up here and throw some clothes on and get some fresh air. Get this demon out of my body. And might get out, hell, might meet somebody. You never know. That's the whole point of getting out and mingling is you never know who you might meet. So that's what I'm going to do. Get out. I'm not getting really dressed up. I'm just going to put on something cute, walking attire and have me a margarita and mind my damn business. She said, let's do it. All right, everybody. You all be safe out there. You've been listening to the Vlog XL. Thank you.